The rule of law is pushing back against Trump's big lie. U.S. Magistrate Judge N.Reid Neureiter's decision to sanction the lawyers on Tuesday stemmed from a lawsuit they filed in December, which pulled from the same playbook as the 60-some failed cases that Trump and his allies used to try to advance the big lie that the 2020 presidential election was stolen. In this particular matter, the two attorneys filed the lawsuit on behalf of all registered voters in the United States, falsely claiming that officials in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin had engaged in a vast conspiracy with tech companies to interfere with the election. The plaintiffs asked a federal court in Colorado to declare that the actions of multiple state legislatures, municipalities, and state courts in the conduct of the 2020 election as legal nullities and sought a total of $160 billion in damages. The court, like so many others around the country dealing with similar cases, dismissed the suit on numerous grounds and rejected these bizarre claims of election fraud. Judge Neureiter has now issued sanctions against the two lawyers, ordering them to pay the defendants' legal fees. In issuing the sanctions, Neureiter cited a powerful opinion from Judge Stefanos Beatus when he rejected a similar effort by the former president's campaign to halt the certification of Pennsylvania's election results in November 2020, writing, "Calling an election unfair does not make it so. Charges require specific allegations and then proof. We have neither here. Here's why this case is so important. It reminds us that democracy is not defenseless. The body politic has an immune system, and it is the rule of law. The legal system will fight back against baseless claims of election fraud, and our democracy will not be undermined without a serious fight." As Neureiter makes clear, a law license comes with many privileges, but along with that privilege comes responsibility, specifically the sworn obligation of every lawyer not to abuse that privilege by making factual allegations without first conducting a reasonable inquiry into the validity of those allegations. And that responsibility, we would argue, is only heightened when making allegations that strike at the very heart of our democracy.
The decision matters not just for the two attorneys in Colorado, who will hopefully think twice before filing another suit without independently investigating the facts. It also sends an important message to other attorneys and their clients, along with the public at large. As the court explained, sanctions are required to deter the filing of frivolous, politically motivated lawsuits such as this in the future. This decision isn't the only one of its kind. In March, the Arizona Republican Party and its lawyers were ordered by the court to pay the Secretary of State more than $18,000 in attorney fees after a judge deemed the lawsuit, which contested the results of the election, groundless and lacking in good faith. After a Minneapolis attorney filed a lawsuit seeking to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in at least 5 states, U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg found that it was so flawed the attorney should be referred to the Committee on Grievances for possible disciplinary action. Boasberg noted that, when any counsel seeks to target processes at the heart of our democracy, the committee may well conclude that they are required to act with far more diligence and good faith than existed here. Then there is Rudy Giuliani. The personal attorney for Trump is reportedly close to broke after being suspended from practicing law in New York State by an appellate court for making demonstrably false and misleading statements about the 2020 election. His law license has also been suspended in Washington, D.C. And the list goes on and on. And Trump could also face potential criminal investigation for his post-election shenanigans, both federally and at the hands of prosecutors in places like Georgia. There, the intrepid Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is investigating his alleged solicitation of state officials to disregard legitimate election results. In the meantime, Trump continues to peddle his electoral falsehoods, demonstrating a lack of remorse that is relevant in civil and criminal proceedings alike.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe